Your coworkers are scared little slaves who do not want you to leave the plantation. Mr. Real Talk, your favorite YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. How y'all feeling out there? This is Mr. Real Talk. I want to talk to you guys about scared little slaves, aka your fellow co-workers, or what I like to refer to them as fellow slaves. See, everybody's familiar with the crab in a bucket or the crab in a barrel syndrome, but you don't really dive into it too deep concerning the workplace and your coworkers. Your coworkers, they're petrified and they are terrified of the taskmaster's or the slave master's whip being brought across their back. Okay? And time out while I take a little snacky snack. I'm hungry as I don't know what, y'all. I've been toiling away in captivity all day. All week I've been in slavery. And I haven't eaten anything all day, so I'm quite hungry. But I also know I want to come out and speak to my fellow slaves out there worldwide, particularly here in America, and not just in America, because we got all of our fellow slaves who are scattered into all nations. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hungry. I'm hungrier than 10 men right now, okay? But I know I got work to do, okay? I got work to do, and I must do my job. And part of my job is like a modern day male version of Harriet Tubman, okay? I'm creating a little bit of an underground railroad myself, a digital underground railroad. If you are somebody out there and you are trying to escape your 9 to 5 slavery, I want you to go down below right now in the comment section and type in digital underground railroad. That's what we conducting over here. I want out of this slavery and I am going to get out. If I got something to say about it, the only way I won't escape 9 to 5 slavery is if the Most High God says, Mr. Real Talk, I want you in 9 to 5 slavery until I return. And then it won't be nothing that I can do. If the Most High doesn't say that, I'm going to get up out of this 9 to 5 slavery. I can't take it no more. I don't want to take it no more. See, it all starts with a mindset. It's been a very hectic day, been a very hectic week in slavery. I know for me it has. Now, maybe some of you guys out there, maybe you got light slavery. Maybe you have the privilege of being a house nigga. Okay? I'm a field nigga. It's been a long week. And I know I'm not the only field nigga out there that's having a long week in Massa's cotton field. And the reason why I say your coworkers are scared slaves who don't want you to leave the plantation, I've been seeing it so much in my slavery, y'all. I'm telling you, people are literally terrified. They're petrified. Number one, of being fired. That's a problem of 9 to 5 slavery because you always got that looming in the back of your mind. You always have that looming in the back of your mind. You know that your slave master could at any moment come and do away with your contract, means firing you. He can terminate your agreement with or without cause. You ever notice whenever you go to a slavery, to a new plantation, and they accept you as a volunteer slave? Because when you're filling out an application, what you're doing is saying, hey, master, I volunteer to be a slave for you. Let me give you my information. And if that slave driver picks you, you're the lucky slave. That's where they got us at now, y'all. They've cornered us and they have us pinned deep in enemy territory. You're the lucky slave. It's sad, you guys. And I am a part of the slavery as well. But I recognize that now and I made it up in my mind that I want out. I'm getting out. Okay. I'm still in it now, but I'm also working vigorously, thinking long and hard. That's what you guys got to do. You got to think long and hard. And most importantly, you got to put Yahweh first. You got to put the Most High God first. Somebody out there may say, hey, Mr. Real Talk, what are you talking about? Who's Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of Israel. Now, I can see somebody right now, maybe this is your first time on this channel. You like, hold up. I thought this video was about work. I thought this video was about my coworkers being scared little slaves. It is. But guess what the backdrop is? The backdrop is you've stumbled upon a biblical YouTube channel. Because this channel is based off of biblical principles. We just happened to talk about a pretty wide array of topics over here. Right now, we talking about your scared little co-workers are just scared little slaves, and they don't want you to leave the plantation. Just like back when chattel slavery was going on. Shout out to all the descendants of slaves out there. When chattel slavery was going on and some of the Negroes was trying to get away from slavery, you had scared Negroes who was on the plantation. They was like, no, don't run. Don't leave. We can't leave. We can't escape. Master's going to catch us. Master's going to be upset if we leave. No, let's stay here. We don't want to get in trouble. We'll get in trouble if we leave. You can't make it out there on your own. You see that? That's the kind of thinking that many of our co-workers have. Believe it or not, that's the many kind of thinking that many of us have, even though we don't realize it. We've been trained into it. You know why? We've been born on the plantation, so we don't know nothing else. The whole entire world, you guys, you're born into the plantation. This thing was already set up. If you can see this video right now, number one means you're alive. If you are alive on planet Earth today, I don't care how young or how old you are, you was born into this. These plantations were already set up long before any of us came along. And if you haven't hit the like button already, if you have not tapped that like button already, what are you waiting on? Hit that like button right now. Share this video with somebody. And if you are not subscribed right now, then hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get notifications whenever we drop over here. Because you never know when that might be, and you don't want to miss anything over here. I don't want you to miss anything over here. Now, I know every video is not going to be seen by everybody, but when I make these videos with the hopes that somebody will see them, and that somebody is you. You are somebody. I think Jesse Jackson said that stuff one time. You are somebody. Go in the comment section if you know it's true and say, you are somebody. Now go ahead and make your fun. I can see right now there's somebody out there saying, look at that nigga eating watermelon on a video. Whoa, he's living up to the stereotype. Guess what? I eat watermelon. You know why? Because on this channel, I told you, we talk about a variety of things. But the foundation of this channel is biblical principles. I love watermelon. As you can see, this one doesn't have the seeds. I typically go for watermelon with the seeds. Why? Because that's what Yahweh gave us for food. Fruits with the seeds in it, y'all, is the best. But since it's starting to get cold around here now, I'm having trouble finding watermelon with the seeds. So I do the best that I can and pray that the Most High makes up the rest. You feel me? But that's why we eat watermelon. And just a little tidbit of information. Negroes, aka indigenous people to America, have always eaten watermelon for the health benefits. But you got a lot of other people out there, the nations, try to clown niggas for eating watermelon. You know why niggas, quote unquote, have always eaten watermelon? Because you've always had the knowledge that fruit does a body good. And we still got that knowledge. The Most High God is bringing the knowledge back. and he's bringing wisdom and knowledge and insight back. That's how I know the majority of your coworkers are scared slaves who don't want you to lead a plantation. At my slavery today, y'all should have seen one of the slaves in there today. He was just dancing all around, buck dancing for master, soft shoe tapping, tap dancing, and all kind of stuff. I mean, just bending over backwards to voluntarily tap dance, doing the electric slide, if you will, all for massa. And I get it, right? This guy's made no bones about letting us know he's terrified of getting laid off. I don't know if you guys out there have noticed, but layoffs are a huge thing in America right now. A huge thing. People are getting laid off left and right in all kind of sectors, in all kind of industries in the workplace, y'all. Layoffs are crazy. And see, the news is not being honest with you guys and telling you the truth. You think you secure at your job? I'm gonna let you know. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your job is not as secure as you think. You got technology booming, moving people out the way. You got AI booming, moving people out the way. You got illegal immigrants over here, moving people out the way. It's all kind of things at play to give the reasoning for why. There's a lot of people out there who are losing their jobs. Some people are outright getting fired, and others are getting laid off. And I got a lot of coworkers who've been laid off. These last couple of months, y'all, the layoffs have been crazy. And at my slavery particularly, they've been crazy. So crazy now to some of the slaves at my slavery, when I say they are terrified, I'm talking about they was soft shoe tapping today for massa, buck dancing, break dancing even, pop locking, doing all kind of stuff for massa because they're scared to death that layoffs could come. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm highly aware I could get laid off any day. That can happen anytime, any day to any one of us. But you know what? I can't do anything about that, can I? You know what I can do? I can keep my mind focused on the things that matters. And there's only one thing that matters over all things. Guess what? Guess what that thing is? Before I tell you the one thing that matters over all things. Guess what it is? I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The thing that matters more than anything else is that you serve and worship the Most High God and Him alone. No other deity, no other entity. You can start right there. That takes precedence over everything else in the world, over everything else in your life, believe it or not. And if you don't believe it, at some point, you are going to get BK'd by the Almighty Creator. Okay? And if you don't know what it means to get BK'd, I highly suggest that you subscribe to this channel, okay? Where we talk about the Most High and some of His works. And sometimes we talk about the Most High when He's BKing people. Subscribe to the channel for more information on people getting BK'd. If you know what it is, go in the comment section and let them know, y'all. But how many of you out there have coworkers, aka scared slaves at your slavery, and who be buck dancing and pop locking and doing all kind of shimmying and all kind of stuff for massa because they're terrified. And if they knew that you were thinking of a way to leave the plantation, they would go tell massa. Why am I telling you that? If you got any kind of side hustle that's making you some money out there, or you got plans to build a side hustle to make you some money out there, you might want to think twice before you start talking about it around your coworkers at work. Because see, what will happen is your coworker will get angry or your fellow slave will get angry. They'll either go and tell your slave master, hey, Mr. Real Talk got his own business, got his own side hustle. Or hey, Susie Q over there got her own business, her own side hustle. And your slave master at your slavery will mess around and lay you off or fire you and give some kind of cockamamie reason. People, fellow slaves get jealous, especially when they're working at the same plantation with you and they hear that you're thinking about fleeing the plantation. Slaves don't like that. There's that crab in a barrel effect I was talking about. Slaves will either try to get you fired by telling on you, or they will just start hating on you, try to turn other people against you, or they'll try to talk you out of leaving the plantation. They'll say, you can't start your own side hustle. You're not smart enough. You ain't never started a side hustle before. So what makes you think you can do it now? That's the kind of stuff that scared little slaves will say when you at your slavery. But you can't listen to them. And don't be sharing all your hopes, dreams, goals, and aspirations with them slaves who work at the same plantation as you. Sometimes they'll be cool. You got to let the Most High know when to lead you. Because I was talking to a fellow slave today at slavery, and I could tell this brother got his own side business, but he also is aware. And he said, I don't tell this to everybody, but he was telling it to me. I guess this slave can feel my spirit. And he knows that I'm one of the cool slaves. So he feels comfortable with me. Okay? We talk about some real stuff. But all of your co-workers are not like that. The majority of them are scared little slaves, and they don't want you to leave the plantation, aka your 9-to-5 job. I'm telling you, as soon as you set yourself up well enough and you can do it, leave your plantation. Walk right on up out of it. And you don't owe them no explanation on nothing. You do not have to give those people 2 weeks notice. If you want to roll and you got yourself set up and firmly established, you roll. Because guess what? They're not going to give you 2 weeks notice when they lay you off or when they fire you. Once you serve their purpose, when they're done, they cut ties with you. So start treating your plantation slavery 9 to 5 the same way. Use them for what they're good for. Once you're done with them, you don't owe them nothing. Turn them loose. Okay? That's the best way to go about it. You better believe when I gather myself and I get myself to that point, and most high willing I will, I'm going to step on off of the plantation. I don't owe those people jack. Just like they don't owe me nothing. That's why they could come to me today or tomorrow and say, hey, Mr. Real Talk, we don't need you no more. Beat it. And it won't be nothing I can do. Just like when I don't need them no more, I'm going to tell them to beat it. That's what I advise you to do. Somebody out there is feeling what I'm saying. If you are, I advise you to go out there and start you a side hustle. Start you a business, preferably online. That's the best way to go, y'all. And even more depth, preferably start a YouTube business. Preferably. And if you don't want to show your face, start a faceless YouTube channel. You got to think long and hard and smart about what kind of channel you want to start. If anybody needs some help, so maybe some tips, holler at your brother. That's why I'm here, fam. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Share this video, like this video, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.